everyone, and welcome to another episode of Champions Pulse. And my name is Enakome Oka-Avai, and as usual, I'll be your host for this session. The Champions Pulse is the official podcast series of Sickle Cell Foundation Nigeria, where we delve into everything sickle cell that you need to know and possibly did not know about the condition. So if you're just joining us, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for joining us. And today, I have a very interesting guest, someone who has, witnessed the condition firsthand and is willing to share his story with us today. Some of you may know him as Ducky of Lagos. Today, I have with me Dr. Samuel Akinyemi Gabriel. Did I get that right?
Thank you so much. You got that
right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we really appreciate your willingness to, share your story. You don't live the condition, but you have three brothers living that condition. That is a lot. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I can't wait to, listen to all that you have to say to us today. So before we start, just give us a brief introduction about yourself.
All right. You've mentioned my name in full anyway, so preferably called Dr. Akinyemi, popularly known as Ducky of Lagos. I'm an integrative care physician. I have my specialty is more on women's health and integrative oncology and things like that.
Okay.
So I have three sickle cell brothers, but aside that, I'm also an environmentalist. And I have other businesses that I handle for myself.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, I can see that you're very versatile. You're a doctor, an environmentalist, and even in the medicine, you're diversified.
I try my best.
Okay, that's good. Really great to meet you once again. So, three brothers with sickle cell disorder.
Brothers,
Tell us how that felt. Growing up with three, not one, not two, but three brothers with sickle cell disorder. What was it like?
You can't imagine what's going through my head right now.
Honestly, I can't. I cannot.
I feel like, oh God. You see...
Sorry, you're the first of the three, yeah?
Yeah, I'm the first. And... it comes with a lot of apart from the sickle cell itself, I always tell people, prevention is better than cure. Love is not enough to make a home. Love is not enough to make a family. Love is not enough to journey through with sickle cell, with people living with sickle cell, or have offsprings with,
sickle cell disorder.
Love is not enough. The mental, the trauma, what I call it stress, it's a daily thing that you get used to. The mental hazard that comes with, either supporting or being a family with, or having siblings, or or being a father or mother.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I must say.
And I think people don't talk about this enough. I remember one day where my dad is a soldier.
Okay.
So my dad is a military officer. Is a soldier. He does travel. We hardly even know, him growing up on facial appearances and all that.
Yeah.
He does come home occasionally.
Briefly.
And we lived, in the barracks.
Okay.
So we lived in the senior quarters and all that. We lived in the barracks where, you just see military things every day and then.
Yeah.
So I can remember back then we lived at Yaba. And my mom, she's also away as a trader, as a businesswoman to the east. And my dad is not even at home.
So both
my mom goes
away
on those business trip, just a quick buying and coming back home, transport to Lagos and for her business and all of that. and I was just a boy around 10 years old, with then it was even 2, you know, and my sister. And the 2 of them started having crisis at the same time.
At the same time?
I think I was around 10 or 12, around that time.
Wow.
At the same time. I had nothing. I only know. You see, I've seen my mother pray. I've seen my mother, fast. I've seen them taking this issue religiously. They just fall sick all the time. One even has a sore on his leg.
A leg ulcer.
A leg ulcer. So then he had a fracture, growing up. And the pediatric orthopedic told us that we can't even go for surgery.
Wow.
Because he has sickle cell. And
so he had the fracture on the same leg where he had the sore.
Yeah. This socket is at the back. And it's there till date.
So wait. The ball and socket on the knee is turned backwards.
It's at the back. And
wow.
And it's a grown man now, very brilliant. He's a journalist. And because of the nature of journalism, I told him you have to look for a craft you can do on your own. So it's not just about the medical. You have to be able to empower them so they will not become a type of liability on their parents, and they're unproductive.
Exactly.
So it comes with kind of holistic care.
It is.
You have to look for how to empower them, how to take care of them medically. It's a whole lot. So me going that day, the crisis was much. Temperature was so much. The first thing you see is temperature, very high temperature, very, very high temperature, fever. And as a young boy, I schooled my primary school at Command Primary School.
Okay.
Command Children's School, Ansbach, Yaba. That was my. So I could understand that. Oh, they need to go to the hospital. I need to take them to the hospital. So how my wee sister had to take the 2 of them, rush them to the hospital at Abbey Road. Abbey Road then, at Yaba, was a primary care center, PHC. And that was the closest I could network. I had to carry them. I had to carry
12-year-old boy.
Yeah, I had to carry them.
I mean, this just speaks
I just
to
feel like, right now it's...
I can only imagine. I can't imagine how you feel actually, because I can only, for a 12-year-old who's having to bring that kind of situation under control.
I met the queue. I met the queue, and the queue was so much that they had to tell us I'm still going to stay. I was number maybe 156 with my wee brothers. I was number 156 or so. And I still have to wait. It was one healthcare assistant or attendant that was like, I want more Igbo, no. I want more doctors that, like the doctors were just doing, when they are playing around, like they're just doing it like so gently, when to me it's an emergency situation. And as a wee boy, the only place I could network was just the primary care center. And that's why I said the primary care center is the closest to the grassroots.
It is.
And the Minister of Health, both state and they need to put more attention to the primary care center. And most primary care centers handle this, sickle cell, because you find more of this with poor people or with people that are average middle income.
Yes.
We can say then we're just middle income earners, and those are PHC is the primary, is the only place we can get to on time and access as first-hand care.
Wow.
And getting there, the doctors were just playing around. Even you could see some of the doctors, a male and female gisting when their numbers,
I honestly feel that this particular situation that you just narrated further buttresses the fact that not just primary healthcare, the healthcare system in generally needs strengthening, because we see every day people talk about how, there's lack of empathy, there's lack of, adequate knowledge on how to handle the situation.
That situation that day, and I told myself that I was going to study medicine or have anything to do with medicine. So I didn't study medicine out of passion alone.
Yes.
I studied medicine or studied integrative medicine, both allopathic, natural medicine. I went to India at some point. I went to look for knowledge because I want my brothers to stay alive.
So it was more of a calling for you because you were on a mission to take care of.
Yeah, I was in that. Nothing must happen to them.
Yeah.
They look so much like me. Nothing must happen to them. So that day they were just messing around. Before you could get to my turn, one of them was already slumming. One of them already slummed. Sorry, and he slumped, and that was when they now had to rush down. And I was shouting there, "Please, my brother, help me!" A wee boy that does not understand much.
Yeah. I
don't even understand then that it was sickle cell. It was that day that I think I understood it was sickle cell. One was sickle cell. They just wrote one with sickle cell with fetal hemoglobin. They just saw it. They wrote it with red biro that
So with the littlest knowledge that you have, confused.
I was confused. A wee boy with not much knowledge about health and wellness. My attention was just, my brothers must be okay, they mustn't die. That was just the thing in my mind, they were about to die. That was just what is in my mind. They've been falling sick, they're about to die, and this taught me a lot over time. You see, a lot of parents too, they take these kids to church. Church has nothing to do with sickle cell. They can only give you palliative support or enhanced psychopalliative support.
That's the ones who actually offer this support.
And that's one the church cannot. See, there's a popular church that time at Ikeja that they say they do healing.
Okay.
We took my brother, we took him there. And, I was so positive, and, then I knew that a lot of, I'm sorry to say, a lot of these churches are just staging these things, maybe it's to boost your faith, I don't know, I don't want to talk down on the church, but I want you to know the reality, because as I speak now, so many sickle cell are in churches, I don't want to mention different churches, names. I'm just being careful with my words. Okay. But they are there saying, "No, wrap them with these clothes, anointing oil here, water here." That does not have that has nothing to do with sickle cell. So that has nothing to do with the erythrocyte, red blood cell breaking down in 90 days or faster than you can imagine.
So it all boils down to seeking care at the right place. I mean, it's important for people to understand that sickle cell disorder is a condition that requires a holistic approach of care.
Yeah.
It requires you to take medications every day.
Very important.
Very, very you have to adhere strictly to your daily routine medication. You take your hospital appointments very seriously.
Yeah.
It's not something that you have a choice. It's something that you have to do.
And I think, you see, part of the problem is that ignorance or lack of optimal awareness is still a syndrome in our healthcare system in Nigeria. Most doctors are not trained to help patients heal.
I totally agree.
Most doctors are trained, or they've trained themselves to just manage disease.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is. When you are trained to heal, or you are a healer, as a doctor, you see yourself as a physician, as a healer, you will understand the holistic view of patient cases presented towards you. You understand?
Yeah.
A lot of sickle cell carriers, they suffer a lot of, mental health breakdown issues that are not being talked about. These are the right conversations. So the first thing that I'm always expecting in forums like this is, let's talk about sickle cell to carriers.
Yeah.
The first thing is, don't hide it from them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it believe that Jesus Christ will heal them. No.
You have to set the reality straight.
Prophet Muhammad will heal them. No. Set the record straight. This is a physical thing. That has nothing to do with spiritual mechanism. Sickle cell is sickle cell.
Yeah.
And this is what is happening to someone that has sickle cell. So I think the first thing we need to learn is, let's encourage couples, parents. A lot of these parents are not even aware. I saw a video one time trend. A woman with 5 sickle cell.
Oh.
I thought I was the only one in this world that had the highest number of sickle cell.
I've seen a couple of those. I have seen a couple.
You understand?
Of those. I've seen a woman with 5 kids and all.
And if you see, poverty is one of the main factors. Or you see poverty around the factor. Because why I say poverty, and that's why the World Health Organization also link poverty in relation with sickle cell. You understand? In terms of the high population. And that's why Africa also is high because of poverty over
Nigeria, to be specific.
Nigeria to be specific.
Yeah.
Because poverty, a type of way, will deprive you from knowledge, from information. Poverty, a type of way, will not make you exposed to things you should know or be exposed to that are helpful to your well-being.
Yeah.
You will not be in gatherings, places where you should get knowledge that will help empower you about life, about health and social life. So when we displace awareness, when ignorance can be dealt with, then we are saying we are making progress with the issue of sickle cell.
Yes, I agree. And even stigmatization. I was going to ask you, having 3 brothers who have sickle cell disorder and having to navigate life, take care of them as the eldest, with most likely parents who were not always present, because you mentioned that your dad was a soldier and your mom was a trader who always had to travel, So was there issues or situations surrounding stigmatization? I mean, in your area, did you face anything like that?
Yes. There are issues with stigmatization in schools.
So your brothers were stigmatized?
Yes, in schools.
What was it like? They
were being a type of way stereotyped as not consistently healthy.
Okay.
You understand? They were being stereotyped that, even their teachers. See, this has to do with, building a nation. I don't want to deviate from the context you just asked, but the fact, the stigma in schools, stigmatization in schools, at home, to extended family members that does not know what is going on to the nuclear family.
Yeah.
And maybe parents don't want their aunties or their sister, the extended family, to know that, their own offsprings have sickle cell. And that happened to my family. My mom and my dad did not want our extended family to know that, this,
So but was there any explanation for the frequent illnesses?
They were just saying that they were just falling sick. You understand? And it is what you tell people they know.
Yes.
People won't force, but they were being stereotyped that in Yoruba word, daku for la day,
what does that mean?
Like you wake up you are healthy today, tomorrow you are not healthy.
Okay.
You fall sick today, you are healthy tomorrow.
Yeah.
They are being stigmatized as maybe not being complete or not being fully formed.
Yeah.
Different stereotype comes with sickle cell. Schools need to, government need to produce programs for teachers, for both private and government teachers, on sickle cell awareness. You need to give them extra care. They should be more cared for in schools. They should get extra support.
But don't you think this would be more effective if we encourage people to speak more about the condition? Because as a teacher, you can only get help, or the teacher can only offer help when the teacher knows the peculiarity of the child. Oh, this child is a sickle cell patient or a person living with sickle cell disorder, which means that I have to pay close attention to this child. So it all still boils down to people coming up to speak about their situation.
And do you know why this is like this? Now, yes, it boils down to people speaking up.
Yeah.
But there's no system in place making them strong enough to speak up.
Right.
The system is making them even more vulnerable.
I totally
So how will they speak up?
Yeah.
These are the things. You see, we need to understand vulnerability from a very wide scope. You understand?
Yeah.
The system, there's a system failure in Nigeria. And I'm one of the doctors that will say it day and night. Because I know what I went through with 3 sickle cell brothers.
Absolutely.
My parents, if there's no system failure, you understand, they should be aware of their genotype and their blood group.
Yes.
Before being married. And from the knowledge that I gathered from them, they didn't marry out of wedlock or marry because my mother was pregnant.
They were intentional about it.
You know that I was named Samuel because it took my mother years to have me. And according to them, they had a lady, a baby girl before they had me. But that died maybe so early.
Okay.
And there was not an extended period of time
before you came out.
Yes. And that then before the baby girl too, there was an extended period of time. If I tell you my dad's age now, you'll be shocked. If I tell you my age, you'll be shocked. You see the gap. Yeah. This is where my dad had, me. So it's not like they rushed into it, or So that there's a system failure that we are not talking about. Yeah. Me, I don't condemn government. I only identify the holes that the government need to fix in. Now, what am I saying? Talk about teaching, the educational system, and the health. There's no connection in Nigeria. It is in Nigeria that we have a minister or we have a ministry for health and social care. People only are aware in Nigeria that we have a ministry of health. And the ministry of health is not just health. It's ministry of health and social care.
But it's just, I understand.
So the social care connects with the educational department.
Yes.
That if you go to Canada, go to UK, US, there's a system where the educational system is connected to the Ministry of Health and Social Care. So that boils down to you as a teacher will already be aware. You'll have seen under the GDPR law, still maintain the data protection law, you will still be carried along in the context as a teacher, fully informed that, this your pupil has sickle cell. So you won't even have to, there will not be room for you to stigmatize, except you want to intentionally do that. And you won't blame ignorance for this as a teacher. So we have a system failure. And I'm speaking for a lot of sickle cell carriers that part of the major problem we need to look into is there's a system failure in Nigeria. Understanding that sickle cell can be viewed in different contexts and also as a disability. You understand? But not entirely, but understanding that they need more than just disease management.
They do.
More than just disease management.
They do.
They need more psychopalliative support. Doctors don't have time to counsel patients.
Yes.
We did medical psychology in school. Part of the curriculum. You did med psych. Still doctors had the time. The word patient means for doctors to be patient. To try and, with time. But we value procedures and, lay down rules, guidelines beyond interventions. And that's why it looks like, the system failure is now more,
not obvious anymore.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot that you have unpacked there, Dr. Akinyemi.
So there need to be a connection between the school system in Nigeria and the social care system.
Absolutely right.
Where every child will be captured. Where every child will be captured. And still under the GDPR law. So everything will be. So you already know that. So and this can be so. So from this you. It's not just on sickle cell. We have different ailments. It has to do with maybe pediatric care or pediatric disease and all of that context that that are common with children. That also that teachers should be aware
of.
Before you put up the form and you should be aware. There should be a connection.
Yes.
So this is just government and private system participation come together. So the government need to understand there's need for enough engagement, health and social care engagement with parents, teachers, volunteers, campaigners, people that have foundations and other important stakeholders that has to do with sickle cell.
I totally agree with you. There is actually a lot of loopholes that need to be filled. I mean, we have identified gaps in the healthcare system. We have identified gaps in the administrative system in terms of government. And then we have also identified gaps in the family, in terms of, intentionality and all of that. But, just to bring this home, I mean, a lot has been said already, and I believe your brothers are doing well. They are
doing fantastic. I wanted to share some days. It's quite traumatic. A lot of siblings of people with sickle cell out there, people don't get to know nights where your brothers will not sleep, will be shouting in pain. My back, my back. One of my brothers have told me they want to die. You see, we don't understand what sickle cell is. I won't blame my parents forever. As it is, there was a time I had no choice. I had no mentor to tell me, because I didn't blame them, but they could see the look over me. Like,
you didn't say it, but you acted
I didn't say that. I didn't say it to them that blaming them every day. I just come to a realization for by myself, self discovery of so many things. You understand? You know that there's so many procedures that are laid down for sickle cell in the hospitals that should be erased. This is another topic on disease management. We should value interventions, and that's why I was able to take care of my brothers. You understand?
And all three of them are okay.
They are all alive.
So what are they doing now?
One of them, the one that followed me directly as a male child, is the one I talked about. He had, going through school was not easy. Do you know that there was a day that I have traveled from Lagos to pick him up at University of Ibadan, when they could not even understand the management. With everything they were giving him, he was in crisis, he was in pain. They had to, I don't know if they had to just tell him to go home, and he was still in pain. His hostel mate had to call me. I took bike Okada from Lagos to Ibadan. You don't understand. I had finished med school. I had finished medical training. I was doing house job. I had to, because of them, I was already on the field. Like, I had mixed with it, because when you acquire more knowledge, I was with different professors, different doctors, working, getting more exposure, trying to know how to handle them. Different experience. Okada, Lati, from from Lagos to Ibadan.
That's it.
My mom would call me, "Oh, mom, you got a cool, please." It's crazy.
It's a lot. It's a lot, I can imagine. So you mentioned that I really just want to establish.
So one of them, the one he studied their BSc mass communication.
Interesting.
So he specialized more on the type of the journalism. I think it's more on print journalism, and he's doing very well for himself. But along the line, when he was in theory level, I told him. So that's why I said that it comes with a lot of thinking. I think for them, because I don't want them to become liabilities for me. I spent millions on them for them to stay alive. This is different from my time, different from my consistency as being a brother, different from advising them. So this one that I'm talking about, I've asked for their consent before coming on the show, because that's how things should be done, and they gave me approval, and I have an evidence on our family group chat on WhatsApp. So I try to make them understand how things should be done. I put them, because I don't want them to become liabilities, because I have my own life, my own struggle, my own business, my own thing.
Of course, you have to grow.
You understand? I have to grow, and I know So I told him his name is Adewale.
Okay.
Yeah, Omoba. So I always tell him that what do you want to do? Because I know you cannot be running from one radio station to another. Your health does not
allow you to do that.
We need to do risk assessment for sickle cell carriers. There's no risk assessment for them. to know the safety. What type of job can they do? Can they not do?
Yes, it's very important.
Some of these jobs makes their blood breaks down on time. Red blood cell break down so fast.
Stress is a trigger. Yeah,
it's a trigger. So I told them. We said, okay. He said, I've said it well. I said, what will you do? So he now told me that he doesn't want to do tailoring, doesn't want to do fashion, doesn't want that. But what he likes is makeup and gilly, and plaiting hair.
Okay.
So he said it. I said this work too is stressful, but he said he likes it, and being self-employed will be better for him than looking for a job after BSc, after his being a graduate. I said he didn't go for service because of sickle cell. That's one of the things. I said you will go. Because one of them, tried it. I said, you won't go for service. Do exemption. So you have to be able to carry them along, make them understand. So I have to sit them down, tell them about sickle cell, as in keep telling them, they will not hear one so. Because they don't want to accept it to themselves.
They don't want to.
That's another stage for them to accept it that I am this.
Well,
so this one now, for them, is even, and this one I'm talking about now. He's a pastor, and he has a salon. He has a salon, making hair for ladies. He does eyelashes. He does makeup. He does gele.
The bottom line is he's doing very well for himself. He's making a living for himself.
I have registered a company for him. Has a bank account. He tries to empower him.
That's amazing.
So the next one also just finished. His medical biochemistry program, and I'm trying to. I have my own hospital, like I said. I'm trying to fix him on board somewhere in the laboratory. I told one of my friends, he's been one of my friends trying to get a better practical training on medical biochemistry. I don't want him to come to my side and be naughty. So I said, go and see how things are done with my friend first. Then later I can absorb you to my own healthcare, my own hospital. So that's all. The other one is the last born, and he is just the one in the medical nursing training.
Okay.
As I speak to you now, he's a student of one college of nursing, and also he's also days that their head, they will just sleep and their head will swell up. Their eyes and their head will just swell up.
There's a lot that's going on with sickle cell disorder.
I have seen somebody because of the best memory. He is late now. You understand? I have seen him take sniper and he died. He has a leg sore. He's even cancer. He has a leg ulcer. He's even cancerous. When I could see him, and I was still, then I had finished school. We just like a extended family friend. He had to drink sniper. Because it got to the time, the family impact on sickle cell management is another drama.
Family dynamics.
Family dynamics surrounding it. They were giving him their best. They were giving him, all the support. But sometimes they complained to his face.
Yes.
And he was doing all these, all these medical products, because they were like, they were spending money, he's not bringing any money to the table. And in his own context, he was a senior brother to the siblings.
Wow. So it was more like, expectations.
There were expectations from him, they didn't see him understand, they didn't understand what sickle cell was and who he is, and they didn't understand. This guy they find out that he took an harmful substance that not to be alive and go through this is better. You know that one of my brothers will call me that they want to commit suicide. This is after they are okay. This is after things are okay. This is after they are grown now. So it's a continuous thing.
It is.
You have to be there. You have to be able to render psychopalliative support for them.
It's very, very important, because
you have to be able to tell them it's going to be fine. It's okay.
Yes.
Even people that are going through the economic issues too.
Yes.
If you need anything, call on me. What I can do, I will do it. As a brother, I can't stop now. No. I have to reassure them. Reassure them.
So, Dr. Akinyemi, that's a lot that you have said there already.
Sickle cell comes sometimes with addiction. Do you know that? Some of them will get addicted to certain medication.
Yes.
People don't talk about how infertility, maybe they are male or female, go through, how some of these sickle cells go through infertility even when they want to marry because of long-term analgesics, NSAIDs. A lot of drama that comes with it.
It's actually a lot.
So the government should please pay attention to sickle cell.
It's actually a lot.
See, when it has happened, it has happened. If the government the government of a nation or the system, the Ministry of Health at state levels, The primary health center needs. See, I will commend Lagos State government. Lagos State government is trying. So if you get some primary care centers in Lagos, you would think it's a general hospital. But at the same time, some primary care centers, you will know it's a dead trap.
So, Dr. Akinyemi, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, personally, listening to you speak on your story has, opened my eyes to a lot of realities. And I'm sure that everyone who's listening to you today and watching you from wherever they are has also started to see sickle cell disorder from a completely different perspective.
It's a complete...
So I would really appreciate your strength and your drive. I mean, you did not let it break you. You did not let it slow you down. I mean, look at you today. You're thriving, and your brothers are also doing well. I mean, that also speaks to the fact that sickle cell disorder is not a death sentence.
At all.
I mean, he has 3 brothers who...
3.
Are living with sickle cell disorder and are all doing well.
Very well.
So, Dr. Akinyemi, I'd really want to appreciate you for coming on this session today and for being very open about your story. I'm sure that a lot of people have been inspired.
I'm sure.
And thank you for holding up for your brothers and doing the most that you can do. It's very commendable. Very, very commendable. So, if you're listening to us today and it's your first time, I'm sure that you are wondering to yourself, like, what exactly is this and how did we get here, right? There's a lot that needs to be done when it comes to sickle cell disorder, and we really hope that we would get there. We've come a long way. We have come a long way when it comes to sickle cell disorder, but there's still so much work to be done.
So much work.
Thank you so much once again, Dr. Akinyemi, and thank you for joining us on today's episode of Champions Pulse, where we talk about everything and anything sickle cell disorder. If you'd like us to share your story, if you think that your story is one that would touch the world, please do have to send us an email at championspulse@sicklecellfoundation.com, and also follow us on all our social media platforms, and you can also send us messages there as well. Thank you so much, and until next time, don't forget to stay informed and be kind. Thank you.
Thank you.